Good morning, everybody. This is Diggs. It's another beautiful day out here in the Pacific Northwest. It is stormy and windy, and Giants home now, so it's fantastic. Today, we're going to be talking about whether or not kind of my preliminary thoughts on if you should pull a gift like no other than new vision card. And we're going to talk a little bit about Winter Luartha. We're going to talk about secondary VC contributions, other things you're going to want to think about. Let's go ahead and dig in. Now, the first thing we want to know as we're looking at a gift like no other, which is going to be the vision card, is that on the JP side, they are getting a simultaneous release of this vision card as well. And you have to understand that the current state of global and the current state of JP are in two completely different places. JP, having been past the 2-year anniversary, now has access to the secondary VC function, which means they are going to be able to set a vision card in their secondary slot. Now, if you're wondering kind of what secondary VC is and how that works, I did just do a video on it, so you can go check that out. But when I look at this vision card, what I see is a lot of stats that are going to be really good in a secondary vision card slot. Specifically, we have max HP up, which is one of those stats that is very high percentage transfer. And this is going to be because it is an elemental max level buff, right? It's going to be HP 25%. So when you set this in a sub slot VC position, you're going to get 75% of that max HP up given to your wind element party units. Now, that alone is really powerful to set this VC in the sub slot, but you also have attack up and critical hit rate up. And you are going to be pairing this most likely with the Ahriman card from JP, with the Ahriman in the main slot and this VC in the secondary slot, because the Ahriman card on the JP side does also have attack up on it as well, but it does come with some magic resistance. It gives dex up to the entire party, and because it has single target resistance, you aren't going to want to be putting it in a sub VC position. You're going to want it to be in a main VC position. So because of this, we're going to kind of see that the vision card for this Christmas is really a vision card that's designed to be put in a sub vision card position. Now, another thing to think about is also kind of the other vision cards that we have for wind element units on global right now. And with the kind of on-bringing and knowledge of sub-vision cards coming in the future, I kind of put together a vision card priority list. Now, this might not be 100% accurate, but in my mind, this is kind of what I would prioritize for the main vision cards in a 3-man composition, and then kind of as sub-vision cards in a 3-man composition. Now, you could actually take out downtime and probably put in some other vision card in here that probably increases dexterity if you're wanting to go for a crit build, or luck if you're wanting to go for evasion. A lot of this is going to come down to your individual account and the characters that you're choosing to run. For example, you'll notice that I put Ahriman kind of in the main priority slot. That's going to be a main vision card that you're going to want to put. But you'll see that I also have 2B, and I also have Tifa's vision card up here, right? A lot of people have Tifa, a lot of people have 2B. Tifa's vision card was freely acquirable, but there's also a lot of new players who might not have those units or those vision cards, right? In that situation, you might actually want to put Tetrasulfid as a main vision card and not a sub vision card, right? You may want to move this new Christmas vision card into the primary slot, even though it conflicts with the Ahriman vision card coming in the future, just because you're going to be able to get the full amount of stats, and maybe you're going to sacrifice the attack up in order to get that critical hit rate and max HP up, right? And there's so many kind of different combinations to think about and different planning to move forward. I really find myself struggling on being able to say definitively to everybody, you should pull for this vision card, right? Because previously we kind of universally have been able to say, this vision card is good, this vision card's bad, don't pull on it. And sometimes that was unit dependent, right? If you have this unit, pull this vision card, right? If you have Cloud, you're going to need to have the Esper and vision card, Battle Scorpion, whatever the hell it is, that goes with him, right? Now, though, we're in this ambiguous area where there are certain vision cards that are going to have inherent synergies with compositions kind of like Ahriman and June. Tetrasulfide is universally going to be good, but you might want to relegate Tetrasulfide to a sub VC, right? If you have like individual buff VCs that you can put on your units. There's going to be a lot of moving parts, and everybody is going to have different vision card priorities for different units. And so I find myself in a position now where I can't say, you know, this vision card is really good, you should pull for it. I think if you're in a position where you are maybe a newer player, you don't have access to Tifa and 2B, you probably shouldn't pull it. I think if you are someone who's not planning on running Tifa, if you're not planning on running this new Christmas unit, you're probably not planning on running Wind Element Brawler units, and you probably don't need it, right? And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. You know, it's one of those things where, you know, you really have to know your own composition and your own team on whether or not this is going to be really good. If you're running Halloween Leela in a 3-man win composition, is this going to be a vision card that you're really going to need? Maybe you want the HP up, right? Maybe you want the HP up in secondary slot to kind of help your wind units survive, you know, but that may be down to individual choice, right? So I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm definitely pulling on this vision card because of course I run wind brawler compositions quite frequently. I'm not a huge fan of 2B very often. I know everybody loves 2B, but I'm thinking, you know, I'm either going to run this Christmas card as a sub vision card, or I'm going to run it kind of in place with another wind brawler as a main vision card, and maybe substitute out Ahriman or put it as a sub VC or vice versa. So I am planning on pulling for this vision card, and that's kind of how I'm going to apply it for those who might be curious, right? The question of whether or not to pull for the unit, you know, it's not often. This might actually be the first unit that we've had a simultaneous release in with JP. And usually, you know, with these GL exclusive units or with units that, you know, we don't know about, I usually say wait. And that's kind of the situation I'm in with Winter Luartha. I would say there has never been a winter unit that has been extremely good. There has never been a winter unit that has been a must-have for me. In fact, I've probably been disappointed more often than not by winter units than any other kind of seasonal unit that we've had. Looking at Winter Luartha, kind of the thing that scares me the most is that her main job is based off of Lancer, and all of the abilities from her showcase that we've seen don't seem really good, except for Binding Javelin, right? Her LB is going to lower pierce resistance, great. You know, she's going to have barrier break with medium and piercing, okay. We know that she's going to have like a Saintly Cross-esque ability that's going to lower critical evasion. We also know that she's going to have an AP drain ability because that was in these current notes up here saying that they know it doesn't work. You know, and that's kind of what we know about her. And, you know, I don't see anything besides this Binding Javelin ability that would really make me desire and really want her as a unit. There are some things to consider, like that she has sub access to soldier, and you know, being able to have access to sub soldier means she's going to have really high attack. She also has sub access to Dragoon, which I'm less concerned about, but still it's something to keep in mind. And whenever I see this sub soldier on a unit, I always think very PvE focused, especially like raid content wise. We see a lot of units with sub soldier being very powerful in raid content because they're able to hit that capped damage potential. So I think, you know, Luartha may be a very powerful PvE unit with the Christmas Vision card because she gets that triple chaining attack from the Vision card. Now, do I think she's gonna be good? Is she gonna be using that? Is she gonna be kind of this amazing unit? I really don't feel like it. I mean, there's a couple things to think about here. First thing is Binding Javelin, right? Amazing ability, range height 5, huge range. You know, her AI is going to automatically prioritize this if she can move within enemy's range. She's like the ability, if you're on an arena map or a guild battle map where the movement and the range of your opponent or your opponent goes first, this could completely screw with her AP generation AI or her buffs. That's kind of the first thing to keep in mind. But also, it's just like, I don't know. I don't see it happening. And, you know, Pierce, I could see her being really good in like a Pierce chaining composition. That's kind of where I see her thriving. And that's it, is a Pierce chaining composition. I could see like a Joom formation with like Joom, Winter Luartha, and, you know, maybe some other Wind Brawler unit like Tifa. But I mean, that's just going to get hard countered by any type of ice unit that comes out or ice unit that goes into formations. I could see her being really good against, you know, potentially earth compositions. But again, like, this is not a 100% hit attack. As far as I can tell, there's no 100% hit attacks in her kit. So, I mean, I'm really, like, the jury's really out on her. I'm not sold on her. I'm probably not going to pull for her tonight when you guys come on my stream. I'll definitely pull for the vision card, but I'm going to wait on Luartha. I think I'm going to wait to see what her full kit is, what her base stats are, you know, what her kind of support abilities are, because the fact that she's based off of a Lancer job means that she's probably going to have support abilities that are critical hit rate oriented, because most Lancers have access to Deadly Mastery, which is critical hit rate up. So I would imagine we would see something like that, but I just don't see anything in her kit that is going to absolutely revolutionize PvE content, PvP content, right? There, as far as I can tell, there's not even a source of like defense down or wind elemental, you know, resistance down. All she has is Pierce resistance down, and a lot of Pierce units have that, right? So again, it's just one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. And I have a feeling this is very similar to the summer units where, you know, Summer Kilfei was announced first, or was it Summer El Sorel? One of them was announced first, and then we got another one. I think it was Summer El Sorel that came out second. Summer El Sorel came out second, and Summer El Sorel just kind of kicked Summer Kilfei's butt. And I'm kind of thinking we're going to get a second holiday unit next week. So I'm gonna say I'm gonna be on team hold off, team, you know, kind of wait and observe. I'll do a review video literally the day of for you guys, let you know what I think. If you want to know what I think right away, come on my stream tonight. I will be streaming, and hopefully I'll see you guys there. Anyway, everyone, if you do want to support me, you can use my affiliate link, dig.gs/coins, or you can go to dig.gs/offer. You can also leave a super chat down in the comments down below, or come leave a donation on stream. And have a great rest of your day, everybody. I'll see you later.